I saw another statistic, and it was just referring to the amount of money that was spent and the number of NGOs that are supposedly we're putting our tax money towards that are meant to be addressing this system. And we're talking absolutely massive sums of money, and organizations in well over 20 to 30 that are from memory. You have to ask, what are these organizations doing, and is our money getting spent in the right places?
Yeah, of course. It's a very real question. Something I've, immersed myself in recently. When I was homeless, I ended up at the Quigley Street homeless shelter, which is, it's been shut down. They haven't been able to renew their lease. I think Anglicare had the lease. And, I went by there to do some videos the other day and share a little bit about my story. And it's sad to see, because that was a service that helped me. I've gone to speak at it's not Ozcare anymore, on the corner of Draper Street, across from council actually. I went to a council meeting in the morning and went to go speak to the homeless fellows that were living there. It's the hostel there, the men's hostel. And so that's a service that is still running, that is doing good in the community, which is great. But yeah, I'm not sure what's happening or where the money's going, but there has been some service shut down over the last couple of years.
So it seems even regardless of the services being shut down, more money is going in.
Yeah.
And, I'm in with this show, I'm very conscious that I want people to know that it's my opinion. It's not necessarily the opinions of the show. So I really like to stand in my truth and say what I want to say when I want to say it. So I don't mind saying stuff that probably is not politically correct. But I see a lot of non-government organizations, and they're brand new cars getting around. They seem to be social workers tripping over each other, and nurses and support people. And, it almost seems to me that it's these, I don't know, directors first off, then the administration structure, and then the employees that seem to be getting the benefit of all this money. And it doesn't seem to be effectively getting towards the people that might need it, the homeless people, the people on the street. What comments would you have on that?
Look, I've got to agree with you. I think there is a ridiculous amount of money getting spent, and it's not translating into, real solutions. And you're right. I see fleets of vehicles getting around, all nice and sign written, and it's something we've got to look at. And I'm not sure what the issue is there. Is there a lack of accountability? Is the government, who's obviously funding this stuff, are they not? Is there not KPIs in place or checks that are happening to say, well, are you guys meeting your targets or doing what you're doing? So it's something that obviously would need to be looked at.
And it's not like it's quite straightforward either, is it? Because one area, the state does this, the local government does this regulation is here. So it's very, very confusing, isn't it?
It is. And it's confusing for organisations too, I think, because, I see a lot of organisations where, even just with, let's say, state funding, they might have state funding from youth justice for a program, but then they might have some funding from child safety for another program. So what we have then is you've got this overlap of funding and different programs. Is someone keeping an eye on where it's going? I don't know. I mean, I'd imagine they would be.
It's a nice time to take a break just to, lighten up the feeling. So I'm going to chuck a song on here, and I haven't heard this one before, but we'll take a small little break now, and we'll be back very soon. You're listening to Dennis O'Connor at Awakening in Health, and I'm talking to Shane Cuthbert. Got butchered at that time, my apologies, Shane, who's a local businessman here who is very passionate about doing something actively in council to be able to address a range of issues in our local community here.